It is a great honor to be in front of you and a great honor to be amongst you on this wonderful afternoon. I'm so glad that we are all out of the sun, be it temporarily. I'm not going to bullshit you. We have a very short time together. I would like to have you for about 3 hours. I get 45 little minutes, so I'm going to be as concise as I can. I am 48 years of age, and I had nothing to do with it, but I'm a very angry man, and I have a ritual that I do every New Year's Eve. I'm usually by myself, and I sit and I watch the clock, listen to some good music, and I inventory and assess everything I did in the 11 months and so many days up to New Year's Eve to see if I am more angry at the end of the year than I was at the beginning of the year. Basically, I perform an audit of my anger. And triumphantly, I'm always more angry at the end of the year than I was at the beginning. When I'm supposed to be mellowing out, my ass is supposed to be widening and I'm supposed to be reclining. Instead, I am more and more pissed off. Now, when you say that, you have to qualify that statement. Am I mad at you? No. Does my anger lead me to kick dogs or punch the wall? Absolutely not. My anger, and I had to figure it out. I had to sit there over many years going, what the fuck makes me so angry all the time? I'm not a frustrated person, nor am I a bitter person. But I do travel this country quite a bit. Since 1981, I've been touring relentlessly. I go around the world all the time. It's made me like people very much, seeing the struggles that we all go through. And so what makes me angry all the time is basically what I want to tell you about for the brief time we have together. I was born in Washington, D.C. Again, nothing I had anything to do with. I am a man of my time. I saw Led Zeppelin. I was at the first Minor Threat show. And you can kiss my old ass, I wouldn't trade it in for anything. And so as I would tour America year after year, administration after administration, the bad neighborhoods are still bad. Johnny still can't read, the Klan is still in existence, people still hold signs that say God hates fags, and you wonder, what the fuck is with these people? How come we can't evolve? And I thought, because who wants to have that kind of attitude? Who wants to put God hates fags on a sign and go anywhere with it? Why do you want to be in the Ku Klux Klan? Why do you want to be a skinhead chasing down 2 black guys to beat the crap out of them? What is your problem? It makes one very frustrated. Do you want to murder these people? No. Do you want to slap them upside the head with a dough roller? Yes. But that's not what they need. What they need is Al Green records. They need P-Funk. They don't need to be hit. They need to be brought gently over to the other side with us who have lost our gills and our primordial tail. We who have embraced this new century. And it was why I started really looking around. Like, why are we number 46 in literacy in the world? Why are our prisons overflowing with people? Why do we have more incarcerated men and women in this country than in any other country in the world? Why do we spend so much money bombing places, so much money building up defense so we can kill the world 80 million times, and we spend this much on education? Unless we want to have dumb people who don't have an option, unless we want to breed all kinds of people to do all kinds of things that are bad, because we can make money on that. And this is why I have dedicated my life, as I hurtle towards 50, to sticking it to the man. That is what I do. That is the source of my anger. That's the question I was trying to answer. That's who I'm mad at. Now the man, this is a large nebulous force. What is the man? The man is the thing that says marijuana is a drug and you should go to prison for it. While I think that smoking marijuana is a wildly disastrous waste of your time, I think it should be decriminalized. The pillars will not fall. I've been to Amsterdam so many times. There's hookers and hash available. Nothing's on fire. People are friendly. It's going to be okay. And so, when you see hypocrites, people like Sarah Palin, who believe in abstinence-only sex ed, who has a wonderful daughter whose boyfriend's almost husband didn't know how to put a condom on, she gets pregnant. These two wonderful American children are nothing but innocent people who didn't get the right intelligence. Then that's why we need to be the spreaders of this good intelligence. Now, we have a very new administration, so the jury's still out. But I just endured, as all of you endured, 8 years of the other guy. Now, well, there was a few laughs to be had, but for the most part, it sucked. And so we had a war that we did not need. I had a fairly unique angle of that thing, which is ongoing. I did a lot of USO work in the last several years. I've been to Iraq, Afghanistan, Kuwait, South Korea, Japan, Turkey, Egypt, Okinawa, Guam, Honduras, on and on and on. And it was very interesting, nothing like being in a mortar attack to keep the blood thin. But the most relevant and poignant of all the USO work that I did that had the most long-lasting effect was my visits to Walter Reed and my visits to Bethesda Medical Hospital. I am older than the sport of polo, on which is played on these grounds. I am older than this tent, and I'm older than you. And so when I meet someone in their 20s, they are kids to me in a way. And the people I met with their testicles removed from their bodies and parts of their brains removed and their arms blown off and their faces blown off and their legs blown off, when they're in their 20s, I see a young person who's going to have a lot of his life be very difficult because he's hooked up to machines for the rest of his life, and he's going to be in an adult diaper, which his wife will have to change for the rest of her life, the rest of his life. And this is why I am mad at the man, because every single war I ever fought, it is completely preventable. It is totally useless. War is a scam. It's nothing but a scam. It's nothing but a scam. It's nothing but a scam. It's for money, and it's for the subjugation of another people. I'm not putting down the military. I just wish they would get better orders. So, what do I do to stick it to the man? I write angry letters and get really angry ones in return. But mainly, I work on a theory that everyone in the world can get along more often than not. And so what I do is, for the last 8 years, I used my president, now gone, I used him as my travel agent. And when George W. Bush would rattle the sabers at a country too many times for my liking, I would book a ticket and get a visa for that country and go as quickly as I could to walk the streets of that country with my hand out in my ever-widening social study I do all over the world, where I walk up to people I don't know on streets I can't pronounce, in cities that are hard to get to, and I say, "Hey man, what's happening?" Because I'm quite sure we can get along. At one point, he was rattling the sabers, trying to start a fake war with Iran, which would have been awful. And so I said, I better go to Iran. And so I worked on getting a visa for Iran. I got the runaround week after week. Call this guy after 4. I call the guy after 4. You can't get a visa. Call next week. And finally they said, you can't get one in America. The only way you're going to get to Iran is to go to Dubai and get your visa there, thinking I won't go all the way to Dubai. This man has no idea, A, that I have nothing else going on. B, I'm an angry motherfucker. So, one for Dubai, please. I went to Dubai, I got my visa in an hour. And on New Year's Day of 2007, I find myself in Tehran. And when I shook off my tour guide, which is a thing that I was required to have, I had to have a tour guide, he's a government spy. As an American, I have to be ghosted by a tour guide. By 1 o'clock, I would tell him that I was tired and I wanted to go back to my room, cry, masturbate, and pray.